Hello everyone, good morning. Welcome back to the virtual classes. So in today's session, we will understand the concept of e-banking and payment and settlement system in India. Actually, I gave this question in a last session for assignment, right? The advantages and disadvantages of the e-banking. I hope all of you understood the concept of e-banking, but still I will brush up this concept. E-banking, it is known by different names like virtual banking, online banking, internet banking. Okay, in a simple words, e-banking means what? Doing banking activities through the internet or by using electronic devices. For that we call e-banking. That may be transferring funds, that may be making payments, different things. Overall, doing banking activities through the internet, for that we call e-banking or online banking. So basically, it is just simply the use of electronic and telecommunication network for doing the banking activities. Electronic banking is a form of banking. Of course, it is one type of banking. When it comes to the features, so it is safe and a secure banking, and easy and instant banking, and also it saves a lot of time. So these are some features, and it is highly preferable and high performance you can expect from this banking system, because the speed, okay, it saves a lot of time, that's why it is highly preferable. How it is safe? If you carry the cash, okay, there are more chances you may lose, okay, or it may lead to the theft, anything, pickpocket. But when you carry this electronic cash, okay, that means money will be in the bank, you can transfer it directly from bank to bank, okay, person to person. That means it is safe. Okay, of course there are hackers, it is not 100% safe, they can hack into your account, okay, they can hack to your transactions, net banking. It is not 100% safe, but up to certain level comparatively to the traditional banking, this is safe and secure. Advantages and disadvantages, already I told you, you wrote this for assignment, so no need to explain much, but still just I will read these points for you. uh, Advantages, one is I told you it saves a lot of time, okay, and better rates, that means it cuts your cost. Okay, for example, imagine there is a person 100 kilometers away from you. If you want to give that person some 10,000 rupees, okay, in a traditional method you have to transfer cash, correct? That means you just go to that place and give the cash to that person, so it leads to more cost, it consumes your time, it consumes the cost. You may be going by bus, car, whatever, it leads to cost. But because of this e-banking you can directly transfer. Okay, sometimes a few banks may charge service charges, some 5 rupees, 10 rupees, okay, but it is better rates. Then ease of use, it's very easy to use if you know how to use the technology, how to use the internet, okay, it is very easy to use. And services and tools, there are a lot of services in this e-banking concept, okay, there are various services. And mobility, of course, everything clubbed into this internet banking, so you can perform anything. There are a lot of services, you can apply for the checkbook, you can apply for the passbook, you can apply for the loan, anything you can give request. Okay, you can transfer money by using different ways, it may be rtgs, neft, imps, okay, or upi. There are a lot of ways. Then environmental friendliness, that means it saves paperwork, okay, it is eco-friendly. And the security alerts, so if anybody hacking into your account, that gives you security alerts. Okay, if anybody doing any transactions, you will get a text message, so there are a lot of security alerts. So these are basic advantages. Disadvantages, it is basically diminished relationship. Okay, that means you are not relating to any person, that means you're not maintaining good relationship with even a single person, it is all just doing digitally. So it reduces a relationship the social belongingness among the people. Then lack of comprehensiveness are special services. Of course, special services may not be there. And transactions issue, sometimes due to the network problem, okay, or server issue. Sometimes transactions amount amount will get debited from your account, but it is not credited to the person to whom you sent. So it happens, transaction issues. Sometimes it shows amount withdrawn, but you will not get cash in ATMs. So transactional issues, that means technical issues basically. Then a security issue, I told you already, it is not 100% secure. There are hackers, they will hack into the banks, and there are problems with e-banking also. But up to certain level, I can say 90%, 95% it is safe. So these are the advantages and disadvantages. See, you just understand the general advantages, disadvantages. General advantages from e-banking is what? It saves your time, it saves your money, it is very easy to use, and it is very convenient. Okay, these are the general advantages. Disadvantages, disadvantages is not everyone can use e-banking, because only literate peoples can use, illiterates they cannot use. Okay, and it is not available everywhere in India. Especially in India, it is a rural based country. So 75% of India is rural areas. So in all the villages there is no net connection, and in all the villages everyone is not literate, correct? Everyone is not knowing to operate a mobile phone or computer. So that is why this e-banking having its own advantages and disadvantages. Comparatively to the disadvantages, advantages are more. Now, the very important concept is payment and settlement system. See, this payment and settlement system in India are used for financial transactions. Okay, and they are covered by the Payment and Settlement System Act 2007, and Board of Regulation and Supervision of Payment and Settlement System, that is BPSS. It is a subcommittee of the RBI, Reserve Bank of India, and it is the highest policy making body, okay, on the payment systems in the India. The RBI has taken many initiatives towards introducing and upgrading the safe and efficient modes of payment systems in the country. So RBI almost time to time it is taking different uh, decisions, okay, various decisions to improve the banking system in our India. We need to understand the types of payments and settlement systems in India. In India, we use different types of payment and settlement systems. Now, basically, there are two types: traditional method and electronic payment method. For that traditional method, we also call paper-based payment system. Okay, in a paper-based payment system, we have checks, demand drafts, we have withdrawal slips, etc. Okay, there are different other things. You all know about the checks, demand drafts. Check, we use this instrument uh, for making all type of payments. Okay, this is one safest mode of payment. In a check, there will be three parties mainly. Where the person who is giving check to another person, and bank, the person who is making payment, and third party is the person who is withdrawing, the receiving money. So person who is issuing check, for him we call a drawer. The person who is withdrawing money by using that check, for him we call drawee. And the bank which is paying money, for the bank we call payee. Okay, drawer, drawee and payee, there will be three persons in that transactions which is related to check. Then demand draft, it is almost similar, even it looks almost similar like a check, and it is very famous in the name of banker's check. Okay, this check is not issued by any individual, it is issued by banker, that's why they call banker's check. So we use this demand draft. Okay, this is also one of the safest method of payment. When it comes to the electronic payment systems, so there are so many things in the case of electronic payment system. But you need to understand very importantly this RTGS, NEFT and IMPS, because in every day in your day-to-day life you will be using this RTGS and NEFT and IMPS. Okay, that is why understanding these concepts are very, very important. So first one is a real-time gross settlement, RTGS. The name itself is telling. Whenever you are placing a request to the bank to make a payment, okay, whenever you are trying to do a transaction, your transaction is settled in a real-time basis. That is why it is called real-time gross settlement. That means if you are doing the transactions in 10 a.m. today, so they will try to settle the transaction at 10 a.m. or 1 or 2 minutes they will take time, and within that time they will settle the transaction. It is real time basis. And another important thing here is they will focus individually on the customers. That is the only difference between this real time gross settlement and NEFT, National Electronic Fund Transfer. RTGS, NEFT, this is the difference. In the case of RTGS, they focus individually on the customer. For example, I am placing a request to the bank to make a payment. First they will clear my transaction, then again you are placing the order means they will clear your transaction. So they will focus individually in the case of RTGS, and usually we use this RTGS in the case of bulk payment. Okay, but NEFT, okay, for RTGS there is a limit. So you can do the RTGS only if it is about 2 lakh rupees worth transaction. Okay, it is about 2 lakh, you can go for RTGS. Otherwise, if it is below 2 lakh, you can use NEFT, National Electronic Fund Transfer. But here the main difference between this RTGS and NEFT is this. One is for RTGS we use for bulk payments, NEFT you can use it for even a smaller payment also. And RTGS they focus individually on the customers, but in the case of NEFT, National Electronic Fund Transfer, they focus on group of customers. That means normally hourly basis, every hour, okay, once in an hour they will clear the NEFT transaction. That means if I placed on NEFT order, they will wait, and another person also placed like this, just to receive some 10 to 20 orders, they will wait for an hour. In that hour they may receive 10, 15 or 20 request for NEFT, then they will do it. Okay, that means they will wait for 1 hour, then they will do it. So that is the difference between this RTGS and NEFT. Both we will use for making payments or transferring money, but RTGS for bulk amount, NEFT is for any kind of small amount. In RTGS there will be individual focus on customers, in NEFT there will be group focus. Okay, and RTGS is a real-time basis settlement, but NEFT, so it is depends. That is why for RTGS there is a time limit. For example, from morning 8 o'clock to evening 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, it depends on the bank. Okay, there is a time limit for RTGS. You cannot do it whenever you like, but NEFT you can do it even in the midnight. But the entry shows successful in a next day when bank is working. So that is the difference between RTGS and NEFT. And the immediate payment service, this is used for even small amount, and when it is very emergency, immediately you need to transfer, you can use this IMPS, immediate payment service. In case of the NEFT, you need all the details, okay, and you need to add the beneficiary to your net banking or mobile banking. Okay, but in case of the immediate payment service, you no need to add the beneficiary. That means if you want to send money to your friend, in case of the NEFT, you need to add his name to your internet banking, his account details, everything. But in immediate payment service, just type the account number, IFSC, then send amount. So you can do it immediately, but it is for a very small amount. Few banks it is restricted for 10,000, few banks for 50,000, like that. Okay, IMPS. Then next one, National Electronic Clearing Services. So these are the services provided by the banks. Okay, And for this ECS, electronic clearing service, there is credit and debit, both the kind of services. And another one, Indo-Nepal remittance facility scheme. This is purely in between the India and Nepal. Okay, just for remittance of the currency, we use this facility, and all the banks are not providing this Indo-Nepal remittance facility. Unified payment interface, this one also, this is very important, you need to understand UPI. It is very famous, and you may be using Beam application, Google Pay, Paytm, okay, Phone Pay. So all those applications, they work on the basis of one principle, that is unified payment interface. Okay, here in the unified payment interface, what happens, they will use the mobile number as a ID for that. Okay, so by using your mobile number as a unique ID, they will create a separate ID for a UPI ID we call. So by using that, you can transfer money. That is why by entering mobile number also you can transfer money by using this unified payment interface. Next, we have credit card and debit card. By using credit cards and debit cards also, you can make payments in most of the shopping malls and most of the shops. You may be noticed that even in a petrol bunk, everywhere they use a machine called POS. For that we call point of sale. See, in the right side you can see the image of POS machine. So we use that machine for swiping the card. It may be debit card or a credit card. By swiping, you can make the payment. So that is point of sale. So you can use credit and debit card both to make the payment and settle the transaction. Then mobile banking, of course, earlier internet banking was very famous, and now mobile banking is also very famous because everyone using mobiles. So they can like to have their banking activities through their mobile phones. That is why mobile banking becomes more familiar to everyone now. So, and almost everyone using mobile banking in today's scenario. Mobile banking is very important. It is almost similar to the internet banking. There is no much difference. Internet banking you're using by using a laptop, PC, something, but mobile banking, you are using it by installing one application into your mobile. You are using this mobile banking, and the services in a net banking and mobile banking, it is almost same. Then you have ATM. So we use ATM for settling transactions. That means you can withdraw the money, automatic teller machine by using this. And there are some other payment systems also. Okay, there are various other payment systems. For example, you can say any negotiable instruments. Okay, uh, letter of credits, uh, then bills of payment. So we use all these kinds of methods to make the payment. So these are the very important methods we use in India to make the payments and settle the transactions. I hope all of you understood in a simple way. A very important thing you need to understand is RTGS, NEFT, IMPS, then UPI. These are the things you are going to use in day-to-day life. So this is important. Understood. Thank you so much. Have a nice day. If you have any doubt, please text me.